Last year we did the tour of Idaho, and we did it on that KTM 350 EXC. This year we're attempting the RIdaho GRIT3, and we're going to try true grit style. It has a team of 6, which probably isn't very smart, but anyway, this video is about the bike build. This year for RIdaho, I decided I wanted to try it on a 2-stroke. So this is a 2022 KTM 300XC-W TPI. So I'll go through the bike build. First of all, it is a street legal 300. In Texas, we don't have to have turn signals, but I did buy the Taco Moto Tail Tidy from Mike, and the Enduro plate to keep from busting up my rear license plate. This is an IRC hybrid gummy. I'm testing it. We're going out to Grand Junction to Moab and back in about 6 weeks. So I'm gonna test that tire to see if that's something I would want to run for the GRIT3. I doubt it, but anyway, I'm gonna try it. We'll be running ultra heavy duty tubes. Wheels will be balanced. Got a solid rear brake disc. To me, that helps with the squealing a little bit. And then we've got a Pro Moto Billet disc guard. We got their Kirby's, Kirby's swing arm protectors with a Send It sticker. Let's see, we put on the FMF turbine core silencer with the Kirby's silencer protector, and I think with it, and the way I've got the bags, I'm not gonna have to run that metal protector, so kind of happy about that. The suspension, this is a MX Tech National Shock, and then I have the MX Tech Lucky Carbon fork inserts up front. And if you're looking for good suspension for single track trail riding, man, you should check out MX Tech. It is very impressive. I had the shock on the 350. I just transferred it over. I did buy new fork inserts because I didn't want to have to swap springs. 2-stroke takes lighter springs up front. So what else? Foot pegs. These are Moose Racing offset pegs, so that gives me a little more room in the cockpit. They're half-inch back, half-inch lower. I got the Recluse Radius CX in here, and I'll put a carbon up clutch cover over that. You know, if I only had to buy 2 or 3 accessories, it would be my flex bars, a seat concept seat, and a Recluse. Those are must-haves on every bike. But let's see, I put an FMF fatty pipe with the pipe guard on. Got an Moose Racing skid plate, but it's actually AXP skid plate. I did put the Trail Tech fan on, and then the Curvis 4-gallon gas tank. I had an IMS 3.0 on there, which one wasn't big enough for the Idaho ride, but you know, really that they gotten so expensive, and the 4-gallon of Curvis is almost fits just as good. I mean, it doesn't bother me a bit, so I'm gonna be selling those IMS tanks. Let's see, I put the Pro Moto Billet Radiator guards on, and of course the horn, since it's a street legal 300, gotta have a horn. Yeah, there's that skid plate. It's an AXP. It's just marketed by Moose. Again, Lucky Carbon forks. I did put these Moose fork protectors. They're I got a set of a Kirby's plastic ones I may put on. Those Moose ones, man, they're badass. They're heavy duty, but they're heavy. Let's see, carbon fiber fork protectors. I bought the top one because I can swap. Yeah, you can take these off, so it's kind of nice. Flex bars, absolute must for me. I got a fused wrist, and the other wrist is not healed. And anyway, flex bars save my bacon. They support me, and I support them, which ain't hard. Let's put the over and under switch. I did put a Get ECU on, and this is the Get traction control module, and then the Get map switch. This bike rips. It rips probably a little too good. Trail Tech Voyager Pro. On the tour of Idaho, we ran 2 side by side, but I've gotten so familiar with the Gaia app and my phone downloaded maps. I'll be fine with just using the Gaia app on my phone and the Trail Tech. Let's see. Got the mirror to be street legal. This is a headlight, high, low, horn to be street legal. This, dude, if you guys haven't tried a left-hand rear brake, this is a Clake made in Australia, and it is the cat's meow. And left-hand rear brake saves your bacon. You know, uphill switchbacks, downhill switchbacks. I've gotten so comfortable using the left-hand rear brake that I don't really even use the rear brake. You know, for racing, I don't like it, but for trail riding, I highly recommend checking out a left-hand rear brake. Seat Concepts, comfort seat. Once you ride with one of those, you'll never want to ride without one. Moscow Moto Pico bag. I've got the phone cover that I ran for the tour, but I don't think I'm gonna run that out. I'll just keep my phone in my pocket. Giant loop handlebar bag. That is a handy little unit. It takes up literally no room and gives you some storage for personal items. I keep a little strap in there in case we have to, you know, pull a bike off a side hill or got a tow bike. I usually keep a Leatherman in there, you know, some personal items. Let's see. Oh yeah, Midwest Mountain Engineering levers. They're expensive, but I like the shit out of them levers. So yeah, got those levers on. I had to use the probe end for flex hand guards because with the Clake left-hand rear brake, you run a little bit short on room. So, and I like the probe ends anyway. They're very stout. Let's see, headlight. This is an XL80 Pro. That bike has the XL80 on it, which is twice as bright, but the XL80 Pro is plenty good, and I already had it that I'd ran on my Yamaha, so I just transferred it over with the moto-minded mount. I've got the moto-minded back plate so you can secure up the wires a little bit better. And I did put, I think they're 30 millimeter handlebar risers. I got long legs, and I get cramped in the cockpit, so I put on the shorter foot pegs and the handlebar mounts, and that allows me to stand up. You know, on long racing's not a big deal, but on long trail days, you know, you really need to be comfortable. So let's see, last year for the tour we ran tubes, and I ran a fender bag, but you know, it interferes with the headlight a little bit. It wasn't terrible, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do this year. I'm either gonna carry the tube, spare tube, and the repair kit back here, or I'm gonna run bibs. The GRIT3's, our route's gonna be between 600 and 700 miles, so bibs should make it. All right, moving around, I put a tugger strap on the front. Idaho, you definitely should run tugger straps. So much side hill, it's so easy to just get the front end off, and need to have somewhere to grab. Let's see, what else? I did, oh yeah, 300. So brand new 300. I did the Get ECU, and I did the Get injector relocation kit. So that moves the injectors from the transfer port back to the throttle body, so you get a little better itemization of the fuel and the oil. And I did have a high compression head on here, but honestly, it was a little much for me. I don't want that much snap. It was detonating a little bit. I needed some higher octane gas, and you know, I just don't. This bike has enough power. I normally race a 250 4-stroke, so getting on this 300, man, it's a ripper. You know, that 350 over there, it's an EXC, so the power delivery is I mean, it's got a lot of power, but it's pretty mellow in the way it delivers it. So anyway, I took that high compression head off. I did put silicone radiator hose along. See, I just fill that up with silicone to keep it getting packed with dirt. I did put this polysport cover on. Sorry about that. With the injector relocation kit, you got to end up getting a little creative with your fuel line. But Takamoto sells that wonderful bendy fuel line deal, so I ordered up one of them, and it worked out perfect. Put the Gulon filter on, the aluminum connector, and then I got an aluminum adapter thing right there, so it's not plastic anymore. I did put a throttle position sensor cover on. And I think that's about it for the engine. On the tour last year, I broke my stock KTM kickstand on day one, and that sucked. So I'm not even playing around this time. I put the Fastway kickstand on. Did put the Dirt Tricks dome washer, Dirt Tricks machine tool steel front and rear sprockets, and then the DID chain. And that bike has that chain and sprocket. I've got 2,500 miles on those chain and sprockets, and they still are not worn. So I mean they're expensive, but it's impressive. And then I put a BRP chain guide, and then Tusk came out with that bike over there has a Promoto billet swing arm guard. I put the Tusk one on here. I'm gonna try that out, and then of course the Tusk axle blocks. So yeah, it's And this shit adds up in a hurry. I don't know what else that I could possibly do to this bike. Not trying to keep everything functional, of course. Giant loop Mojave saddlebags. I wouldn't recommend any other bags. They're light, they're functional, they fit well. You won't even know they're there after the first day of riding. I keep my tool bag here, and this is a 2-gallon gas bag. I got to figure out where to carry oil. That's a bummer about the T-stroke. Got to carry oil, but these TPIs, they don't burn a whole lot, so I got to figure that part out. Like I said, I did put heated grips and a heated grip switch. Never know what you're gonna get up there with the weather. So, and then Duro plate, keep you from busting your plastics on a fall over. So, climb vest. Wear the climb vest. Highly recommend the climb vest. I used to run a tool belt and a backpack, and never again. Once you wear a vest, that's it. So. It distributes the weight around you, and man, you can really load it up. I mean, it's so heavy when you pick it up, you're like, oh my God, but once you put it on, you hardly know that it's there. So last year we ran Sena Bluetooth headsets, but this year, because we're going with there was only 2 of us last year. This year, since it's a group of 6, you know, the Sena headset's an open mic, and with 6 people, that might be a little much. So we bought the rugged radios. We tested them in Arizona this winter, and the range wasn't near as good as I thought it should be. So we bought the extended antenna, and then bought this bag so I can mount it on the back of my vest, so hopefully we'll get better reception. Like I said, we're riding Grand Junction to Moab, Green River, Moab, and back in 6 weeks. So we'll get to test this out. So anyway, yep, that's the bike. I think it's a kind of a dream build. It was expensive, but man, I really enjoy these point-to-point rides, and Idaho is amazing, and you know, it's worth it to me. So anyway, that's the bike. Take care.